All right. Gonna keep it together there, Jen? All right. I believe we are live now, are we not? We're here. We're live.
I'm together.
You're together? Good. Well, before we do introductions of our lovely players, I have a few things to talk about first, because I got to cover sponsors. We have Green Ronin Publishing this season covering Blue Rose, Catalyst Games for Shadowrun, Crucible Magazine for who hit their thing in like day one, by the way, for the Kickstarter, and I got to play in their lovely first game. Free Lake for Symborum, Grinding Coffee, and Dice Dungeon. And we'll hit those sponsors up again on the break, but we'll also hit our lovely players here real quick. So I'll start off with Zal and go from there.
Hey, I'm Nikki, aka Beholder to No One. You can find my podcast wherever podcasts can be found. You can also find me over as a DM on Awfully Queer Heroes, releasing every Friday a game called Tower in the Soul. And next week you can find me tomorrow you can find me over on, I forget honestly where I'm supposed to be tomorrow, so it's been a long day. If you want to know where I'm going to be this week, you can look at Beholder to No One, and there is a post somewhere in there that will tell you where I'm going to be. It's a lot of things. And I'm playing Zal, the shaman, who's I think the only serious one right now in the group.
I feel Riddle's a little serious as well.
Oh, that's fair.
You keep it together.
Next.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Jesse, who just spent some time tunneling with me.
Yes, my name is Jesse, and I am playing Sonata, who is the mage, one of the other mages of the group, but focuses solely on spellcasting and healing, and is kind of annoying. But only kind of. Kind of annoying, but kind of charming at the same time. It's a really, again, like I mentioned in Tunnel, really tough balance to make. I don't have anything else because I'm in other games, but I'll talk about it at the end.
There you go. And next we got Jen.
Hello. I am Jen. I am Savage Bear on the internet. I am very frequently on this channel and our sister channel, Penny for a Tale. You see me on things. Tonight I am playing Prima Donna, the Japanese elf, who is a face, basically a Taki adept, who is basically a diva, but somehow you can't help but like her for the most part. It's just one of those things because she's just so pretty and charming and has that way of talking to you that makes you just really want to be friends.
What benefits?
Hey. Yeah.
and last but definitely not least, we have Angel.
Hello, I'm Angel. You can find me at Fae Trouble on the internet, primarily on Twitter, sometimes Leave the Tale, and weekly here on Twitch too. I stream Souls games and indie games and stuff. I mostly cosplay and LARP and do art stuff. Tonight I'm playing Riddle, which is our babe with the guns and the guns. I'm so excited to play Shadowrun more again. That's about it.
and you will notice we are one short. We are down to Lexi. So happens. I'm going to blame all the time zones and the other things, but it seems that somebody with outdoors couldn't keep track of our favorite Decker, and they managed to touch a frog and have been knocked out in the back of the truck ever since. So
It's not my responsibility to stop them from touching things we're already told not to touch.
Yep, you're not wrong. It's not. I didn't say it was your responsibility. I said nobody was watching, or maybe you were watching and laughing. I don't know. I can't answer that for you. I assume you would have stopped them, but nope. You let them.
The frog.
Gotta live.
The frog just ran right forward, right into her mouth.
It was
maybe.
to teach a lesson. It was to teach Lexi
It's
a
the
lesson.
kid. It's the kid touching the stove lesson right now. All right, check.
Yep.
So, the last time we left our group, before we had a whaling decker in the back, you had the map out on the front of the truck and were deciding which direction to go. Now that you have a vehicle, you've headed a little ways out of town. Now, I will remind everybody that, there are some usable roads, and by usable roads, I mean dirt roads. None of the stuff you're dealing with is paved out here. It is all dirt trails and roads, and some of them just dead ends into jungle sometimes. So you have a roundabout idea of where you may or may not want to be going. So I will pass it over to the party, and they can decide what directions they want to go. They had a couple of villages, one of which Riddle, Angel's character, is familiar with because they've been there recently and may have defenestrated a mare. And the other one is close to the coastline that Sonata knows about because they may have had some smuggling contacts in that general direction or area. They're both wherever you want to go. You're kind of in that situation where we're now kind of run wherever we're going to run.
I know that we understood as the path of ease, as in like it's drivable to get to the coast, would be to go through some of these towns anyway. And we do know that our dear Decker has already kind of delayed the ability for the previous town to basically alert that maybe we took a car.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we know that they're at least delayed by maybe a couple of hours. So we could theoretically go to this first town that Riddle knows of, find some more contacts, and then maybe utilize them to go to our next location, wherever that might be. Besides, I want to know why Riddle defenestrated the mayor.
I like the idea of basically also having a moment before we hit any town to like strip the vehicle of any identifying marks and like forge some, so that way we could later sell it, just saying when we want to trade out for something else. That could be cool.
I mean, right now, to remove identifying marks on the vehicle will take some time, because there is kind of the super faded plaintiff sheriff star on it. It's got that classic, it's a pickup truck, it's kind of got the back bed, it's got the back seats that are uncomfortable for everybody, and it's a situation of...
Probably has
it's
the
very
wires or whatever.
It's got a roll cage on it type situation.
Yeah.
It's basically one of those trucks where you could probably mount a machine gun on top of it if you really wanted to. It's clearly designed for jungle / wilderness use, but it's also faded. It hasn't been upkept in that sense of it's brand sparkling new. So it's kind of got that faded paint job where there used to be a very new shiny sheriff star on each one of the doors, and it's kind of faded out now, and it's kind of got that brown, grimy, been in use for a while thing. So identifying marks, you could mess with it, but it's still in that era of if the people are shady enough, they're just going to buy it from you and not care.
Okay, cool. Basically, that was basically my question.
Brand new. Yeah, it's not brand new. Taking the time to etch out the sheriff's mark might draw more attention to it than it actually gets rid of.
Okay, cool.
We do note that Zal has changed clothes. Are other people looking at changing clothes and getting out of garb and switching that up? I will let you all go amongst yourselves.
I was gonna say that that we have people in our day-to-day now that drive refurbished police cars that still have the paint and stuff like that on it, so we can definitely hockey our way through it. Especially if anybody asks, but I'm definitely not changing out of this orange jumpsuit because I have distinctive style as a negative quality. And my distinctive style is now rocking this orange shoe. So...
Thanks, I hit it.
Well, it's a crop top now. I've already tore it up a little bit, so... It's gonna start looking tailored and cute. I just need more pit stops.
Do you not know how tailoring works? I don't think that word means what you think it means, honey.
I
Just need
think
some
it
extra
looks
belts, and it'll look
flattering on her.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Waist
That's
That'll
all.
look way cooler.
You know, it's like that video game, you know, Royal Hearts. The one that had, like, 3 mainstream games, and then it had, like, all these other games that came along, but they were all on different consoles, and it was really hard to, like, follow the story. But, like, they have, like, lots of belts in their games, and it looks super fucking fly.
Did the guards have belts on them?
Yeah, no, you guys have belts from the guards. They don't really
I will
fit
give you the belts
very
that
well.
I had.
Yeah, it doesn't fit you super well because it's not designed for somebody of your size.
It's okay,
or
we're not
stature
putting
or
them on my
control arts.
waist. We're, like, putting them on my legs and, like, making it,
Yeah.
like, cuffed bits and stuff like that.
Lulu,
Adding
final
straps
thoughts?
where there don't need to be straps.
Yeah.
As you start to build your Lulu dress, like it's fine.
Oh my
You
God, I
guys do
love
realize
First
that.
Fantasy.
Yeah, you guys do realize that the amount of time it'll take you to get to whatever town you're going to go to, it will get dark before then. So you'll have to make the call whether you want to drive further out of town here, getting further away, and when you want to stop. Also, who's actually doing the driving?
I think I was.
I don't have
If I-
driving.
Who has
I
pilot?
have
That is actually the
piloting.
skill you're looking for.
Yeah, Prima, then you were the one that was driving, because I don't...
Yeah.
I don't think
Does
any of us
anybody
was
else have it?
driving.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right.
They can't drive.
So
I'm the guy that
Riddle?
cooks, meth, not drive.
So hang on a second. If we're going to this first town, like, Riddle, you said that it could be bad. How bad
I think-
could it be?
Well, considering I did mention that I did dismantle their small government, they did like me, but now I am not sure if they like me. It is hard to tell. I do know that it may be overrunning with more security. I would rather not. However,
Were you paid by the people who are now in charge, or did worse people get in charge?
what do you mean?
Oh, did you just topple the government for fun? Like you weren't paid?
No,
no, Riddle was
they
paid.
did not like. Yeah.
Okay.
I was paid, and they did not like the government anyhow. So.
Yes. So are the people who paid you in charge now?
Well, I
That
haven't
was
been there.
several weeks ago. You do not have an answer to that, unfortunately.
I do not know. I threw him out the window, and then I think I passed out. And
Well, it had to be very
Jail.
taxing. You know.
oh,
Do you
That
let's
was
say
nothing. Co-
based on what you know about the people who hired you, do you think that they have the resources to not only hire an assassin to kill a mayor, but also to have the resources to overthrow the government and take over a town?
Probably.
Fast
From
gas.
what Riddle
Use your
knows,
fast
yeah.
gas.
From what Riddle knows,
Perhaps.
it's probable. They seemed very much like an underground resistance type group. You didn't really care that much. They were paying you pretty good up front. They did have some diatribe about like the righteousness of their cause, but that's not really your shtick. So, sure, the Nuyen was right, and they paid a lot up front. So,
a shrug.
If you were, if Riddle was the one who did this and they were that fervent, you know, it could be maybe that this is a break, and perhaps there are now statues of Riddle as some sort of folk hero or something. That would be really cool.
You know, it would be also super great if this was actually true, but we don't know because we have not been there. But if it was true that these were rebels that were actually overthrowing the government, you know what they would not be super keen on? Corpos. There you go.
Yes.
Well, before we even get to the town, we would probably want to stop in the forest and sleep.
Do we though? It
You
seems
could.
We would get to the
sleep
town very late and risk a lot of problems potentially. I don't think it's
So
a
you do not
positive
look-
idea.
Your options are, much as Zal has pointed out, that you can try to drive through the night to get to the town. So if you make good time, you'll get there at like 3 or 4 in the morning, or you can stop and not drive in a jungle at night.
Okay.
I guess when you put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with you guys driving to the jungle at night. Let's hit roll 20. I'm fine with that.
Zal,
I was
um,
driving slightly
How-
into the jungle to hide and sleep. Not driving
Uh,
through
That
it.
is Zal.
No.
Zal, how many,
What?
are there any sort of, super terrible things that, would hunt and eat us at night?
Yes.
And is there... Oh, great. Okay. Is there anything that we can do to mitigate that? Because I really don't want to be eaten.
Someone stand guard and shoot it.
Like the fire doesn't work or anything like that. I don't know. I saw a vid once where they had like
I'm pretty sure
bonfires.
fire would draw attention.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Of course, the vids lie.
I mean, specifically from outsiders, if they were looking for us, if they saw a fire, they'd be like, oh, hey, look, there is people. We should go check it out. Oh, hey, it's the people that are running.
Well, but also, then the critters would eat them because they wouldn't have a fire.
What kind of critters do you think exist in the Amazon right now? Like, what are you imagining?
I don't know.
'Cause
I don't
right now
live
I
in
feel,
fucking forests.
Right now I
I
feel
know
like
there
you're
are.
thinking about, like, Jurassic Park right now.
The
Like
snakes
there's
are big.
velociraptors.
you have seen.
There are snakes, yes.
And like also,
Pretty close.
this is Aztlan's backyard. Who knows what mutated bullshit is out here?
The snakes
I
could
mostly
grow
do, but-
legs.
That's
think that's
Pretty
true.
close.
Snakes
Maybe
with
Two
legs
raptors.
would be really bad.
Snakes with legs are
Or
just
arms.
lizards.
Honestly, snakes
No,
with leg would be less
they're still a
coordinated than
snake.
snakes without legs.
What if they could run really, really fast?
There are things that can run fast,
Yeah.
yes.
How about this? You can just stand watch for the first one, so that way you can see all the things that go bump in the night. Get yourself comfortable and acclimated to the area, and then you can go to bed and trust that the rest of us will watch you while you sleep.
Didn't you say that this thing has a... What was it called? The...
Canopy?
Oh, I forgot what you said. Is it closed? The car close?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
there is a cabin. There's a cabin, so everybody but Riddle can probably sleep inside of the car. Riddle can sleep in the bed with the passed out Decker, the flatbed part. But yeah, everybody can. You could uncomfortably sleep in the car, but having someone on watch is probably a good idea.
I will take first watch then.
Sure.
Let me do
That's
first
all right.
watch. 'Cause my
Okay.
eyes, your eyes are probably better for night.
Yeah, I will take second then.
Mhm.
I will... Can I, like, point out certain things that should be watched out for so that
Yeah,
they
totally.
have some chance?
Mhm.
Maybe like
Are
a
you going with just
supernatural check.
natural predators, or are you going with things that you might have
Or
seen during the
outdoors.
war? Like, you're aware that during the war with Amazonia, they did bioengineer some things. And
I don't
they
want to
clearly
scare
probably
her that much.
Okay, fair enough.
But that would be
so-
fun to tell in the morning.
Sure. Sounds good. All right. So, Prima has first watch. If Prima would like to give me a perception check, and Prima has the light vision for being an elf, so you guys aren't lighting any more lights or anything? Just going with
Probably just
natural-
keep like a. Probably this is just probably for flavor's sake, but I'm pretty sure like they probably have like a little kit in the back of the fucking sheriff truck or something similar, and maybe there's like a little outdoors kit or like flint, rock,
Flashlight.
flare.
I mean,
Yeah, flashlight.
you guys have the crash survival kit. So you guys have fire starters and things like that, as well as like some decent lights if you want to set them up. So you can draw
that
attention
shit's-
to yourself in that way.
Why do you have to put it that way?
Because I'm the DM.
2 hits.
Also,
Yeah.
we need to eat, don't we?
I mean, yeah, you guys have rations. I assume
Yeah,
you
but
are
we
going to eat.
yeah
Oh,
we
okay.
we grabbed the guards.
I couldn't remember if rations were in there.
Oh yeah, no, that was like what I grabbed.
You guys have about 5 days worth of rations. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got 2 hits.
Looks like you got 2 hits. Excellent. So you take the first watch. You guys drive until it gets dark, or do you guys stop around dusk and set up?
Dusk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say dusk, so I can also try to hide the car. The truck.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Well, if we're gonna try to, who's gonna try to hide the car? That's always a good thing. And try to hide the
Probably
I
vehicle.
got
Stealth.
stealth. So
Oh, I have
So yeah, who
stealth.
wants to give me?
but-
Yeah, who wants to give me that stealth check for
Oh.
hiding the vehicle?
I can help with stealth.
There you go.
Yeah. So I feel like this is definitely like Sal is pointing and
There you go.
2.
2. All right. If Zell wants to give me that roll to see if you get any extra dice, get one
Yes!
more die. There you go. Go ahead and roll me one more
and it's
die.
just another D6.
Yep.
Ah.
No. Yeah. 2 hits. So with Zell's instructions and Zell's help, you two managed to cover most of the Jeep, most of the truck up. I almost said Jeep, but it's not really a Jeep. It's more of a truck. You guys cover most of the truck up. It blends in pretty well, and you're kind of able to make it work. Everybody else kind of sits around. If you're looking to doze off, go ahead and doze off. As Prima is left alone in the jungle as it gets dark. Due to your elf low-light vision, it's not awful. It doesn't suddenly become, like, terrifyingly dark like it would for a normal person. And with 2 hits, you do notice there are definitely creatures out there in the night. They tend to be keeping their distance from you guys, but there are probably maybe 3 or 4, you think it's 3 to 4 of something that are circling the area of you guys during the course of your watch.
Yeah. Prima basically just has her gun and is just like eyeing all the nature suspiciously.
just imagine
Yeah.
Prima just like jumping at every single noise because Prima's a city person.
Yeah, she's just like, what the fuck?
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
She's just like, I thought it was weird when it was too quiet, and now there's too much random noise!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I
your
get-
shift kind of comes to a close. You kind of head to the bed of the truck to wake up Riddle. You do hear kind of a growling, gurgling noise as you go to wake up Riddle. Do you feel you need to roll to keep it together with your level of paranoia that happens to be infesting you right now? Or are you going to be able to keep it together enough to wake up Riddle?
Let's see. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of rolling, because why not?
Yeah, that's what
What do
random
you want
roll
me to
is
roll?
for. We're gonna roll willpower intuition. See if you can keep it together, basically.
All right. How do I just manually add that, or is there a button?
You can manually add it if you want.
Okay. Uh,
Does that makes it quicker?
ooh.
Oh yeah, with 3 hits, you're like,
Yeah.
yes, it's fine. I've got this. All right, yeah.
It's over there.
You're like, ha.
Yeah.
You don't. Yep.
So basically they would sort of very carefully poke Riddle awake with like a light tap on their shoulder or something.
Mm-hmm.
Riddle is one of those people who just opens their eyes and sits up. Really light sleepy.
I think
Hello?
there's at least 3 things circling, and then I heard a noise of something else that was louder and scarier sounding. It's kind of like that, but I'm going to say that's not my problem anymore and try to sleep.
Well,
Please.
okay.
So are you gonna
But-
crawl into the much larger rear of the truck that now has a lot of room and a curled up decker, or are you gonna try to snuggle into the cab with Zal and Sonata, who are already keeping up most of the interior cab space?
I guess they would pop into the cab, because
Sweet.
or the bed that Riddle was just in.
Oh, the bed. The bed. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Warm.
You
Yeah.
crawl into the bed. There's already a warm spot there where Riddle was. There's another body there you can kind of lay next to. So yeah, you don't have any problems
And-
crawling into the bed of the truck.
they would like touch Riddle's arm for a moment and just be like, "Hey, be safe out there, okay?"
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not, I will be waking up everyone. So, I appreciate it. Go to
Of
sleep.
course.
I like pop.
Boom!
Oh,
So after you knock out Prima,
holy shit.
you hop down. Riddle hops down from the back of the truck, and it does that thing where clearly a lot of weight, like the half, like with all the augments and the size of Riddle, they get down from the back of the truck, and there's that shift as the vehicle moves up, as the shocks no longer have to absorb the muscular frame and the titanium reinforced bones of this person. And
Oh, yeah.
you get to start looking around. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Riddle.
Oh,
And
man.
you will get an edge. You will get an edge because you have thermographic vision. So whereas in the elves have low life, you switch straight over into seeing everything like the Predator.
Bionic eyes.
Yep, you're just like
Love that
zoom.
for you. That's so
With 4 hits, yeah. 4 hits means that you quickly track down, and as a skilled combatant, you realize there are 3 creatures, probably about the size of, you would think, jungle cats, but they do not actually have the shape of jungle cats. They are circling the group, but not getting too close. They definitely notice you noticing them, and once they realize they're being spotted, they're not making any moves. They're basically just circling. They're clearly in a pack situation, and they keep tightening that particular formation every little bit. But they are not closing in any closer during your watch more than, They're not breaking through the tree line or anything because they clearly note that you are tracking them and keeping them in your field of vision. But you are well aware that some sort of predatory animal has got your group in their sights.
I'm not afraid of you. So I calmly yell. Would I be able to slingshot some rations into the tree line since I have food on my person? That's probably
You could just
not
throw
good.
them. You could just throw them into
Okay.
the tree line if you wanted to. That's totally a thing.
Yep.
Um,
Throw it like a football over there.
Yeah. I mean, being a troll and your strength score flies into the tree line. It takes a few moments. Like, 2 of the creatures go and investigate it. They do, given the fact that you have thermal vision, you're keeping them in your line. They do clearly communicate with each other in some way. It sounds like through grunts and growls. So there's a level of sapience, but not necessarily sentience there. And they tear apart some of the rations and eat them, and then kind of pull back a bit. But they definitely eat the food that you throw out there. That's about all that happens on your watch, unless you want to press anything further.
Nope.
All right. So it's time to wake up our third person on watch.
Yeah, it's fucking darker now, so don't fucking wake me up. I'm human, remember?
Tap the car door window.
I wake up.
Sonata,
Is it my turn?
is it your turn? Oh, okay, yes.
I don't
thought
think
it was
Sonata's
Sonata.
waking up anytime soon.
Unfortunate.
I don't think she
I
can
open the car door for Zal.
Mm-hmm.
Like a gentleman.
We
Thank
asleep
you.
in this
Nice job.
bitch. Unbothered.
Did you
Sonata's
see
mumbling
anything?
some song lyrics.
Well, there's a jungle creature over there, and over that way. Can you see them, or are your eyes bad?
I have low light vision.
You do.
Oh, okay.
So I see them, I think, once they're pointed out.
They're pointed out. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Me?
No, it's all.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You still can.
I'm gonna use. Hold on. Is this the character with one edge? It is the character with one edge. Yeah, that's. I
You'd
can't
like to
do
reroll
anything
one of
about
those
that.
dice? All right, you get your edge back in
Yeah.
the game, so you can reroll one of those dice if you wish.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, you point them out, and I don't know if she agrees. If I'll let you guys roleplay that out.
I don't see anything.
Well, certainly if your vision isn't that great, then your ears will do you just fine. I am so tired. Just over there, and I think over there. I threw them some food earlier, however, they don't seem interested in eating us yet, I think. Be careful. Pass me the
Question.
flashlight? Of course.
Yes, I'll take it. It's a question for the GM. Did I get a full rest with that 8 hours?
Yes, you were considered to get a full rest.
Do I heal any stun damage from that?
Mhm.
How much do I
You
heal?
heal the appropriate.
I don't
you
know how
heal
fast-
the day's worth of stun. I believe it's 2 a day. If you're talking about for your magical stun, I believe it is 2.
Great. That is very slow. I don't like that. But I'm at a
look
negative
it
2
up
now
just
instead of a
to double
negative
check.
3.
I will. Yeah, I will double. Yeah, we'll double check real quick how quickly you heal stun naturally. But we can keep role playing. We'll let you know what it is. So
Okay.
legit.
I will For now, I'll just keep an eye out for any sudden movements until I see anything or feel a dangerous situation.
So, because she pointed it out, you do sense something out there. You are a skilled, magic user as well as somebody who is familiar with the jungle. So if you would like to give me an outdoors check based upon what you were told, we can do something with that.
Okay. Would survival come into play?
Yeah, survival.
Go ahead.
Sure.
I have
Go
an
ahead. What is the answer?
For the healing of stun damage and the healing of physical damage. So, when it comes to natural healing, to heal stun damage, you must roll body plus willpower once per hour. Each hit heals a box of stun damage after that hour of rest.
All right, so give me that. You get to roll that 8 times because you got 8 hours of rest.
The survival really quick. That's 4 hits, possibly minus 2 of those dice. And you said body plus willpower?
Body plus willpower. And you'll do it 8 times because we slept 8 hours.
So that's 2 successes.
So that's 2 stun damage already.
3.
4.
4. You got 4 there, so now you're at 6.
Oh wait, 5s are 5
That's
successes
8.
or just 6?
5 successes as well.
Okay, then I'm fully healed.
Yep, you're good. So,
cool.
So, your survival check will tell you that, and your knowledge of the area, because you're probably the most familiar of this entire group of dealing with the jungle terrain. These are probably, given the description you got, modified hunting animals, either by the Amazonians or by the Aztlan as technology during the war. They were more or less a population, like more or less used to kind of patrol lines. You do know they're fairly intelligent, more intelligent than a dog, more along the lines of intelligence of a dolphin, and that they tend to strike when people lose track of them. You do know.
Okay.
You do know that making lighting up the area to a degree and making it harder for them to keep the shadows will keep you safe, but you do want to keep your eyes open and everything else like that. So,
okay.
What would you like to do?
I will shine the flashlight in the general direction of where it was pointed to.
Okay.
With the 2 of them, they probably are all spaced out, so just shine in each direction, just really quickly moving my hand like that. Hoping I either see them or they think I see them. Oops.
Give me another perception roll.
Perception. That's better.
All right, there you go. So you will realize that they have crept in fairly close at that point in time, and you will catch the light in the eyes that will reflect off these animals, and you'll clearly see the modification, because it's not just one set of eyes that blink at you, it's 2 sets of eyes that blink back at you per animal that you catch. They are larger, clearly gene spliced together from several other sources to a degree, and they're probably within 20-25 feet of you by the time you catch them with the light an hour or so into your watch. You're kind of at that tense moment of, this is either going to go really good or really bad. It's that moment of, I'm either going to try to calm the animal down or it's going to rush me type moment.
I will try to calm the animals down.
Sure.
If I have that ability.
See here in a moment. What skills do we have? Because I will. There are some skills that are clearly super appropriate, but there are some skills that I will, of course, let substitute out because I'm that type of DM, and I would much rather make it cool,
I
then
have Astral, which probably won't work. Conjuring, Firearms, which probably won't
No.
work. Outdoors, Survival, and Perception, Sorcery, and Sneaky Stealth.
Outdoors is the best shot you have at making this work.
Okay. Outdoors only, not Survival?
Not survival. Survival is keeping track of like yourself and the things you'll need on the outside. Outdoors is I'm gonna have that outdoors fly. Is what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Did you just get 3 hits?
3 hits. Yes.
3 hits, nice. So you have that tense moment with the animals. It's very much, and you remember what Riddle said about feeding them, and take another ration pack out of your own personal stash very slowly, keeping it very level, unwrapping it, kind of laying it out and pushing it forward, moving it up with your foot, and they sniff at it again, kind of descend upon it, eat it, and then like go back out away from you. So it cost you guys 2 rations, 2 days worth of 2 persons worth of rations, but they basically fend off for the rest of the evening because you've been feeding them rather than them looking at you as food. They look at you as a source of food at this point in time.
Would I remember what they were called? Or were they just
They're a semblance of the hunting beasts that were probably but as technology deployed during the war. They were sometimes referred to as rippers or terrors, depending on like what they had. There isn't like a specific definition. There is like in the files you've seen from As Technology, like experiment lots, but it's very much one of the situations of this was a thing they tried regularly, and they tried gene splicing these animals regularly for a level of intelligence and viciousness. And unfortunately, in situations like this, these things get released into the environment.
another reason to hate Aztlan. Aztlan technology.
Another reason to not like As Technology. Yep. All right. So the rest of your shift is done without an incident. You start hearing the morning birds chirping, things like that. As the sun starts to peak, you'll realize that the Rippers have probably left the area because they're nocturnal. They tend to hunt at night, and it was a little harrowing, a little rough. But yeah, overall it turned out okay. It seems. Down a couple of rations, but nobody's been eaten alive.
The creatures that were out there.
The best sleep ever.
I'm glad. The creatures that were out there, I was able to get a better look at them. They're called Rippers. They were created by Az Technology. Feeding them helped fend them off. So if we see them again.
Cool.
They're very intelligent creatures. They will strike, though, if you try to fight them.
Corpos created something called Rippers that are super intelligent killing machines, wandering loose in this forest. That's great. So happy to be here.
Well, we survived.
Well, it shouldn't take us that long to get to the next town, and then we should, maybe find more food.
Yes.
I used 1 ration last night.
Yes, well, I do think that it's going to take us more than 5 days worth of travel in order to get where we need to go to get to the coast, to get to the ship, so that way we can get out of here.
Yeah. What she said.
So people eat some rations for the day.
Mm-hmm.
They have your caloric intake, and they do not taste good. For those of you accustomed to a standard of living, well, for Riddle and Zal, it's a thing you do sometimes. But for Sonata and Prim, it sounds like they are used to a standard of living that ration feeding is the best idea. They're
Yeah.
God, it's like
Think of it as. Oh, go ahead.
it's like rehydrogenated protein bonds broken down into something else, into this block that somehow has achieved the effect of having both no flavor and no texture, but fortified with everything you need, apparently. How?
A
Wow.
resplendent
Just what a time to
offering.
be alive.
How convenient, isn't it?
I mean, I guess if you just lack joy in your life.
You know, they say you should go on a what do they call it? A dopamine cleanse every so often, so that you can enjoy your normal day-to-day consumption. Well, it was very wise. I've done
Man.
it many times.
I
It's
when
good
we
for
get
you.
back to the city, I am going to splurge with all the new yen I've collected and get a real apple.
That's assuming we're gonna make it.
We will.
Listen, we are going to make it. You have to have the power of positive thinking.
I mean, like, we as in, like, the royal we, like, all of us. That's assuming that we're all gonna make it.
We are all going to make it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Most of us may.
Probably.
How?
All right.
Listen, we were supposed to be executed, like, yesterday, and we're still here now, and we survived a night in the spooky forest, with,
Wasn't really
corporate abominations wandering around everywhere. So far, we've been doing pretty okay. Like, go us.
I believe the dopamine cleanse does not include pessimism, but you have the right spirits.
There you go. So, are we headed into the town that has been marked on the map that Riddle is familiar with?
I want to see what this town looks like post-defenestration. So yes, absolutely, we must go.
All right.
Then I need
all right.
a drive. I need a drive check from Prima to make sure we stay on the right
Yeah.
roads and read the map correctly, because we don't want to get lost in the jungle.
She is also
Brum,
no
brum.
longer in the guard outfit, by the way. Like,
So we have one person wearing what used to be a prisoner outfit, now turned into a crop top, and then Riddle is mangled together in the guard
Oh my
outfit because it's
God.
the only thing that will fit, and then Prima and Zal have switched over to other clothes. Check.
and it's just basic piloting, right?
Mhm.
With
pilot.
my reaction roll or agility?
I believe it is agility pilot. I could be wrong, though.
Agility.
It might be reaction pilot, but I can double check. You have to
I
go to
would
the skills
prefer
section and find out.
agility, because that's better.
I think it is, but I'm double checking.
You're the
Piloting is on page
storyteller,
eight.
so...
I am, but I'm going to go by what's in the base book instead of just making a random call, because there's linked attributes in this game. So, it's reaction.
Okay. 2 hits.
You're fine then. With 2 hits, you manage to make your way through the jungle. It's bumpy. You probably run over some things here and there, unless you're slamming on the brakes every time there's something in the road.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Oh, man. I have best
She
car.
seems like the type.
So those of you that are as you're heading towards the town, go ahead and give me some perception checks. If you have a bonus for hearing, it applies in this situation.
2 hits.
2 hits, 2 hits,
2 hits from me.
2 hits.
2 on this wonderful Tuesday. 2/22/22.
Two,
Should
yeah.
we get another 2? No.
4!
Nope, got 4. You all
What do
very
my elf
quickly,
eyes
with
see?
your elf eyes see a town. Your elf ears hear gunfire, as everybody's ears hear gunfire as you're starting to approach the town. It's kind of
Prima
sporadic.
stops.
For Zal and Riddle, it is very clearly the gunfire you hear when you're in kind of a conflict zone, as both of you have experience in conflict zones.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's that gradual AK fire style fire that happens when some place is being contested, but nobody's out in the street firing heavily.
I don't believe we should go in. They're having a contested territory fight, potentially.
We should
Maybe
keep
not through
driving.
the front gate.
No.
Question, storyteller.
Mhm. Yeah,
The
sure.
road that we're following,
Mhm.
I'm guessing it leads us through the town.
Oh, totally. This is a dirt road that leads right through the center of town.
Cool.
We can go around.
Not 100% sure what we should do. Was it like this when you left, Riddle?
Mm-mm.
Was it?
No, it
No.
was not.
I do not believe so. No.
So my
Sounds
guess
like more
is that
guns.
the government is still doing a little bit of, making some renovations right now.
Again, a coffee shop. Oh, you mean, I see. Yes.
A restructuring
I mean,
from the top down.
You
yes.
could head to the coffee. You could head to the coffee shop that you got the contract from when you originally arrived in town.
Honestly,
that is very
though, I
viable.
could go for some coffee.
That's
Get
that's
some
only a
Starbucks.
couple blocks in.
Right.
So
Do we want to take the cart in or try to go in more covertly?
If we take it in,
like
we could
the option-
possibly park right inside, but it will draw attention.
I think we should be leaving it here, and if we need to run back, we have legs. For now.
Also,
All
if
right.
it has the little sheriff symbol on it, they might think that it's a good thing or a bad thing, and they might expect things from us.
Okay. So, I guess we'll park the car in the forest and try to hide it again.
make that stealth check.
I'm gonna big leaf
Zal,
over
you want to
it.
help?
Yeah.
Heal.
Watch
Ooh,
somebody's
3
in
hits.
GTA 5 our fucking Jeep.
Another one.
Watch it.
Roll that extra die.
Ah!
About 4 hits to
4
hide the Jeep, the truck. Do you leave
So,
the
like,
decker in the back? Do you lock the decker in the cab when you hide the truck? Because they're still passed out from.
Yeah. Let's leave her protected. We'll keep a gun near her and stuff too, just so
Sure.
she's should she wake up mysteriously, and a note of we're in town.
It's like that
BRB.
one meme where it's like, don't worry, she has water and her favorite music is playing.
Yeah.
That exact meme, apparently. Sounds
but-
great.
but-
Are you guys
I
trying to
imagine-
stealthily? Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say real fast, the cool thing about getting the extra hits this time is that it's definitely, Prima is, learning from Zal of, oh, okay, so it's when I change my appearance, I can use these shapes to adjust the contour of the vehicle. That's so cool!
Makes sense. So, are you guys heading into town stealthily, or are you guys just marching towards the coffee shop 2 blocks into town that Riddle can take you to?
Prima's trying to blend in like any other person.
Yeah, I would like to, take off police identifiers off my horrid little outfit and maybe rip the sleeves off
I mean,
But
right
I would
now,
like to
after the
have some
modifications
too.
you've made, it basically looks like you're wearing body armor and black BDUs. So you look like an unidentified, unit, but you do have military or police grade gear. So it's not that out of the ordinary for what you might wear as a mercenary.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I think I look like a local, so I think I'm good.
You look semi-local, as does Prima, because Prima's wearing clothes that you got for them when you guys were in the previous village. Sonata, of course, is making more accessory changes to this outfit. Do you take Riddle's sleeves and turn them into accoutrements now as well?
Like
Is that what
warmers.
you do?
Did the sleeves come off?
Yeah, Riddle just ripped them off. Just
Then they're gonna be arm warmers.
sounds good.
Cute.
All right.
I can't wait
Like
to see the
tumbles.
final version of this outfit in a drawing.
This monstrosity. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse because
All right.
Sonata has blue hair, which is a direct compliment to orange. So Sonata just looks very clashy, bright.
Yeah.
Camp.
It's great.
Totally.
Great for stealthing.
All right. Are we looking to stealth into town, or are we just kind of walking and heading towards the
I'm
coffee
going
shop?
to step a little bit away from them and stealth a little bit.
I would like
That
to
roll.
stealth,
I'm
too.
not associated with you.
I don't want
All
to.
right.
They're being possibly tracked. I don't know. Or easy to spot. I mean, that's sort of.
Sad face.
Zal's like, I am the night. It's noon. I'm still the night.
No, I'm one with
Can
the
I be real
trees.
honest with you
That's
guys?
what's-
Super honest with you. I don't have stealth.
Of course not.
You are also
makes sense.
wearing bright orange. You are the
Of course.
Naruto of our party.
Only
So
Hokage one day.
I could roll it unskilled, or I could
No,
just
no, no,
say,
no.
look, let's be real here.
I like the idea that Sonata's literally running forward with her arms like this, just like, I'm
We
stealthy!
are fighting dreamers.
I've seen this in a movie before. If you do the music that goes with it, dun 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 dun, that's what makes it better, right?
Yeah. Da-da-da. All right. So, still got one hit. Off 3 dice. That is some luck right there.
Confirmation bias. The music helps.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Confirmation bias. The
Absolutely.
music totally helped. Riddle manages to keep to buildings that mask their figure, much larger figure, as you head to the coffee shop. As Zal vanishes into the jungle and then comes out looking like commando style, can't even see her. It looks like Sonata and Prima are trying real hard to go unnoticed, but over there humming whatever stealthy tune they're humming, as they approach
It's
the coffee
literally,
shop.
Prima starts humming it too, just damn it!
Yep.
Zal
As
just
you
pinches
approach
the
the
bridge of
coffee
her
shop.
nose.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun,
Why'd you make me watch those?
Yeah. As you approach the coffee shop, you'll see 2 guards that will turn their weapons onto Sonata and Prima and be like, "Stop!" Very much the "who goes there" type situation. Riddle will get a good look at the guards because they're out in the open. They are people you recognize. They were some of the frequents of the coffee shop, as well as probably involved with the faction because they were in the room when you got paid, but they didn't really speak. They are on the younger side. They're probably between the ages of 19 and 22. You think
children.
one of their names is Ramon. You think, you're pretty sure.
And the
But
other
it's
one?
not like they hung out with you or interacted with you. You didn't catch their name.
Oh.
But you think one of their names is Ramon.
I walk up behind Prima and Sonata, and I put my hands on the top of both their heads, and I said they are with me. Hello?
Ramon, like,
Yeah.
perks up when you come out of the shadows. He's, like, very happy to see you. Like, oh my goodness, you're here. You survived. You came back.
I give him a
Yeah.
bro hug. Yes,
You bro hug him.
it has been hell.
Yes. Come in. And you brought friends. You brought reinforcements. That's good. Good.
I did.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, what was that part?
When I see them,
I, with my hands still on top of their heads, I like mecha them like toddlers into the coffee shop as they are talking at them.
What was that last part? I didn't catch it. I was still humming the Mission Impossible theme.
Yep. So what you're saying, Nikki, was all? What does she do when she sees them get
I
greeted
was
properly,
going
or
to
she-
say, but it's a little late now, so it's fine. I was going to say
Okay.
I go up to them, but they've already been mecha'd into the shop, so.
I mean, you can
I'll just
easily catch
stay-
up with them.
Oh yeah, Zal can
There-
tag
there-
along. Like,
There's a bro hug in there that has to happen. So you can definitely come out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
jungle and engage.
I just like step
There's-
aside Riddle out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're like grabbing the back of my shirt.
Yep.
Halloween.
So as you come in, this is a scene that Zal and Riddle again are semi-familiar with. This is clearly somebody's HQ at this point in time. Like, all the tables have been turned over. It looks like the shutters have been reinforced. The building itself has been kind of reinforced. There's, a half a dozen people running around doing things. There's a bunch of other people doing stuff. Riddle will notice the woman that hired them standing behind what used to probably be like the whole setup for the coffee shop, but has now been kind of reinforced as, like, wouldn't say a full-blown bunker, but definitely like reinforced to take fire. And her name was, as I go to my notes, one moment, Luca, and she basically hired you to, take care of the mayor. She looks surprised, but very happy to see you, because, she did hear about your capture. But, she is very happy that you are here now. And she's like, Riddle, you've come back. It's been several weeks. It's good to see you. We heard they captured you after you threw him out the window, but so good to see you back again, and you brought reinforcements and friends.
I did.
This is
again.
This is a much needed boon for our cause.
What is
What
the
is- what
cause,
is-
may I ask?
yeah, the cause has Union.
We could hear it from in the jungle back that way.
Mm.
What has happened since I've left?
Oh, so the mayor's brother refuses to acknowledge the town's new government and has hired a band of mercenaries to help him reestablish control of the area. We've been fighting them off as best we can, and the early push was quite easy because, we're all locals and we knew the terrain. It was very easy. But when apparently he shelled out more Nuyen, some of their more advanced fighters showed up and have been pushing us back steadily ever since. They have good arms and good tech, and I think they have a mage with them, and we don't have any magic users, which has been a problem because they've been summoning spirits, and that's been causing a great deal of issues.
Like ghosts?
No, like fire spirits.
I wouldn't choose.
Like fire ghosts, then?
Something like that.
Okay. Damn.
But yes.
Wow, that
So
must
sorry.
be really bad for you.
Yes, it is. What's your name?
But
And why are you wearing a prison uniform?
Fashion statement.
she's making a fashion
believe.
statement.
Oh,
She is
about?
our
Symbolic.
so it's really about
About the-
how
about the prison complex.
society keeps us all slaves to commercial consumerism, and this is
Metaphor.
rebelling against that.
Oh, so you're a fellow
Really
rebel fighter.
epic.
She is, yes.
Zal is just smirking in the back.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's nice to see. We could use more support. Riddle was a great help in starting this process.
Wow, you'd be super surprised and super stoked to know that Prima here is by far S-class rebel.
Oh, okay. Prima?
Single-handedly talking their way out of a paper bag against capitalist scum.
Oh, yes, but
excellent.
you see, you have to understand, though, that, the work that I do is so important, and so, and I'm so dedicated to this cause, that I need, New Yen in order to continue to fight against the oppressive forces. So really, while I would love to help, and believe me, I do. There's just, again, we are in Aztlan's backyard, and all of my efforts have to go towards fighting Corpo scum. But if the New Yen is right, that would help our cause greatly, and also help you. So I want to roll my socializing skills.
I can already
I'm
see
negotiating
Zal.
a contract.
I can already see Zal in the background, just like, oh my god, I hate everything about what's coming out of your mouth right now. Like,
Zal is ignoring everything that you're saying and like studying maps that are up and like seeing what positions people are in and like debating on questions they want to ask their mentor spirit in a few minutes when they have a free moment.
Sure, not a problem.
I figure we need money, and this is a great way to get money.
I didn't say
So
anything.
yeah,
I'm just ignoring it.
Can I do negotiation?
You can.
Okay, and then do I also get my first impression and stuff?
You do get first impression, because this is the first time they've engaged with you.
Cool.
no bonuses for like the gassing up that I was doing before.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your gassing up went completely in the opposite direction of what she said. What they said. 4 hits. Yeah, sure. So Luca will be like, well, unfortunately, most of the New Yen we had went to paying Riddle during the first exchange. But if you bring down the mayor's brother, Jose, you're welcome to any spoils he has, and any spoils of the mercenaries. We won't need them after the town rebuilds. AKA, you have rights to take whatever they have. But they can't pay you up front.
That sounds pretty great. What do you guys think? Because, again, we have causes to fight for that we believe in very strongly.
Who the fuck are you talking about right now?
I would like to put my hand on her face. As like, not like gripping her face, but just like a...
just all...
Like a please.
Like a but with your whole hand.
And I have very large hands, because I'm a very large woman. I'm just like...
Yeah, your hand clearly covers this elf's entire face. Like... Yeah.
Be calmed by my grip. Thank you. Take my hand off. Well, I have done this once before, so I can't imagine it would be harder the second time. Especially now, since I had help before, I just, tossed them all out myself. But, how about the rest of you? Are you willing?
I'm just like
well, I believe your friend, I believe your one friend is already a great rebel, pointing at Sonata, who is here to help us and destroy these people. And Prima has asked, and your other friend here has asked for salvage rights. The only one that actually hasn't spoken up is the one that keeps looking at our maps very, very, very intently.
I'm wondering if you're tactically accurate in your positioning, because if the fire spirits are being released from a certain area, we could possibly go around them and attack with a different type of spirit, but they would not expect that if you don't have mages.
Wait, is there a mage in your group?
I am a shaman.
Oh, that would be wonderful. We don't have any other magic users here. That's the crux of our problem.
I do not like when stronger people, corporations specifically, or higher or lower, try to take over smaller towns. So, my spirits, I will try to convince to help you.
Very good. Yeah. So on the maps, you find out that basically there's probably 20 or so like low-level mercenaries that are like holding parts of streets and like kind of doing the whole like they occupy part of the city, the group occupies another part of the city. And then there's a much smaller band of like probably 3 to 4 elite mercenaries, one of them being a magic user who's been causing them more problems than they can deal with because they have the ability to summon spirits, which the town can't really do much about. Yeah, they can keep putting bullets into a spirit once it's materialized, but given how spirits work, given the mobility of spirits, given how this exchange occurs, it causes major problems when trying to combat them, and they don't have a lot of they don't have a lot of, fire preventative gear in the middle of the jungle, so, and there's not a lot of, brush to burn, because that's the one advantage of being in a rainforest and in these thick jungle areas, is weirdly enough, they don't burn super well unless you're doing it on purpose. So, they've kind of had free reign to use the fire spirit in the last week and a half or so, which has pushed back the townsfolk quite a bit. Also, you'll note the townsfolk are mostly kind of got that rebel fighter look, where like they're lucky to have some body armor. Most of them are probably using a generation's old weapons, so none of them are running anything top of the line. The weapons you guys have are better than what the townsfolk have are not necessarily leaps and bounds. But these townfolks don't have a bunch of guns with smart links. They have a bunch of like older, that classic AK model, jungle rebellious look to them.
If we potentially conquer small bits... Sorry, somebody else had a question.
Go ahead.
I was going to... if you say that there's smaller groups, if we take them out one at a time, we can continue to gather guns and things for you all to get better materials and weapons and gear.
Sorry.
That way we will be a stronger force against the 4 elite, though. If we could separate them, that would be preferred.
Well, they tend to respond to the biggest pushes. They're mobile. They're not stationary like the other rope blades and roadblocks. So every time we've made a big push in, these elite mercenaries have showed up with their spirits and have gone about pushing us back from those points. And they basically have been taking a block by block approach where they'll focus up their forces with their elite group and push up a couple blocks and then hold that area. And then when we go to counter push, they'll fight us back with the spirits that we can do very little about. It's been sloggy for the past 2 weeks or so.
Interesting.
Apparently, Jose is more than happy to keep putting money into the situation. So, it's its own problem. Yes. Blue-haired rebel girl.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What tactics have you been using?
We've been trying to encircle the group. Well, originally, when the village was mostly under our control completely, we just used our knowledge of town and our ability to move through the streets, and that most of the local populace supported us to move through houses quickly and effectively and try to take out these mercenaries as they went. But as they showed up better armored, it's been harder and harder to hurt them. And it's also been an issue of the way they're holding the streets becomes problematic for us, not necessarily for them.
How are they holding the streets? Specifically,
barricades in small groups and small groups of soldiers with armor and makeshift. Well, I guess they're not really makeshift. You would consider them here makeshift. They have basically large spots of mobile cover. It's very hard to deal with.
Hey, Team Gal Pals, can we have a little powwow?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I sigh and look away from the maps to walk over.
Just a little one, just a little tiny one.
You're like...
I have so many questions, Al.
Yes.
But you've done this before.
Yes. This is what I did 6 years ago in the war.
Is that why you got arrested?
Partially. It's also because they claimed I was an eco-terrorist for destroying all of their technology that they were using to destroy the environment, but I'm sure if they knew I was part of the other side, that would be part of the arrest.
So you're good at this sort of thing.
I know what I am doing, at least with experience. And I'm the only person that they would have to summon spirits against the other spirits.
So what's your professional opinion about this situation? Because right now it sounds like it's a little tiny bit, fucked.
Out of character, what would I have to... Would I have a, like... I'm just role-playing this right now. Okay.
You don't need to roll. Your professional opinion is this is mercenaries who are outclassing villagers in street-by-street warfare. It's not unattainable. It's a situation of trained soldiers versus civilians. And they're not having any magical retort. So if you guys do manage to weed out their elite unit and take them out, or geek the mage, as the classic Shadowrun term is, then you'll probably be able to turn the tide just because you have numbers. It seems to be very responsive, based upon what you were told, that like they'll go to push back, they'll take losses, and then the mercenaries will push forward. So the mercenaries are effectively turtling their way through the town, as opposed to making big strategic pushes, because they know these people want their homes back. So it's really a case of them playing up the fact that they every block they take is a detriment morally, and a morale issue for the locals.
It sounds like honeypotting probably isn't going to work in this situation. Because damn if that wouldn't be great for evening.
Honey, your pot is empty.
Excuse me. Baby, you know I always got more gas to give.
Okay. This is not the time for flirtation. To answer your question... To answer your question, if we were to help, they would have a fighting chance. Currently, they will all die if we do not assist. Given the elite forces, if we can take out the mage that can summon, and potentially another elite member, then they will have a fighting chance. I will say that if you choose not to fight, that's fine. I will stay here because I cannot let them just die.
Well, I mean, from my perspective, for practical reasons, getting access to all of those supplies and equipment, and it'll just make our trip to the coast that much easier, and finding a ship and getting the fuck out of here that much easier.
Wouldn't it also be the right thing to do? Considering...
I'm sorry, what is that again? What was that last bit there? I don't understand.
I mean, Civil War. I mean, I know I was paid beforehand, but I also added the good of my heart for accepting the money as well. It would be a shame to just let all these civilians die.
I mean,
wouldn't it?
I respect that you have lived a life where you both have the luxury of a morality that isn't for sale. I have not been able to grow up that way. So that's how I have to think, is in terms of practicality. So again, getting the salvage rights will make it easier for us to go forward. If it happens to help people, that's great. But I cannot do this out of the goodness of my heart with just the risk that's involved. But I will do this because we need the stuff.
And And that's fine, honestly. We have to go through the elite forces before we can even get to the person you need to kill to get that information in things. So either way, both of us win.
Exactly.
I
Honestly,
don't care your reason for it.
I'm not too opposed to the idea of geeking a mage. After all, they probably have some focuses that we can use.
That would be lovely.
Help us survive a little bit longer.
I don't usually use fire spirits if they have a fire spirit focus.
What spirits do you have?
I have a few, but my preferred is, I believe it was wind. Don't quote me yet. I forgot what focus I bought. Yeah,
Matter, we
my
don't have to
focus is
focus
air.
anyway.
I know. Usually my preferred method is air, but air would probably not work in this situation, so I would probably need to go with water
Well,
or earth.
wait. So, air feeds fire. Is it possible that you could overpower the fire spirits, sending them, making it spread back onto them, and make it outside of their control? Or would that just be like way, way worse for everybody? I don't actually know how spirits work. I'm just spitballing ideas here.
Out of character, I don't either.
It's okay. It sounds cool.
It does!
It sounds neat, but she's probably right. It could backfire. Using a water spirit to directly counter the fire spirit is your best bet.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Water would be the best counter agent towards fire. It is too unpredictable.
So,
we might burn homes.
Just as a weird thing, like, is it possible for our people or our fellows to be able to use, like, I don't know, buckets of actual water? Is that something that could happen?
I don't believe that would have as much of an effect.
Correct.
And they'd have to be
Yeah.
close enough to do so, but the amount of water and energy that's put into them is counteracted by the... I think it needs to be magical water of sorts.
Oh yeah, that probably makes sense.
Being
Might
burned
dampen
alive
them,
versus
but
being in a
that's-
bucket brigade is probably not going to win the day. That is a very good assessment from Zal.
So we find where they are, geek the mage, geek a few elites, take care of the mayor's brother, and be on our merry way. That's it, right?
Sounds like the plan. If we can kill any other smaller ones on the way, then that's more gear for them, but that's not necessities.
We'll salvage as we go.
Exactly.
Probably gonna need it.
Perfect. I'm glad you've come
Recycling
to
is great for the
agreements.
environment.
For some reason, I don't think you
I'm
care
gla-
about the environment.
I'm glad you're so self-conscious about Mother Nature.
Oh, yeah. I love nature. Did you not see how well I made our car blend in with the rest of the forest?
It's about the one thing that you could do. Yes. Right, cut the top.
Excellent.
Fine, we'll do it.
Their head.
We'll do this. We'll do the goody two-shoe thing.
Good.
So, I think our group has come to a consensus on the goody two-shoeness. We're going to head to break here in a moment, but as we've come to the consensus of the goody two-shoeness, we're going to pull back. The camera is going to pull back, and we're going to get a big view of the jungle itself, and then we're going to zoom back in on a very familiar crash site. But hovering above this crash site is an AV, an aerial vehicle, and it hovers there for a few moments. One of the side doors opens up, and a orc rappels down on some ropes, looking into the site, and takes out what appears to be a camera and starts taking pictures. out of the jungle comes another elf who doesn't appear to have any cybernetics, but is definitely working with the magical foci and seems to be examining the area as well magically. From the other side, almost in a chameleon-style way, as you see in those classic Predator movies, comes a human. And anybody who knows the signs of being a human can tell that this person is very, very barely hanging on to any essence. They're probably way more machine than man at this point in time. They seem to be reporting things to the orc. The orc steps in, walks over to the cockpit where, you know, our intrepid protagonist abandoned everything that was there, and walks into the cockpit, seeing another orc, takes his hands and puts them over this person's eyes, closing them, and reaches into their pocket and takes out what appears to be a small family crest and puts it in his own pocket. And from that moment, we'll go to break.
Oh no.
Revenge.
Stop someone bad.
John Wick.
Oh.
Man, it's a cute.
Did it? Okay. And I believe we're back. I hope we're back. If we're not, then everything's gone crazy. But I'm pretty sure we're back. And we're about to jump into the situation involving all of these folks. So we've had people on, we've had our player characters come up with a little bit of planning during the break, but are we going to go with like a push into just one area, try to lure them out, and then try to take out the elite unit, I believe was the call that you guys said right before the break?
Yeah, I think what would be the best bet is for us to just kind of go directly to the source of the problem. If they're pushing forward, then we just need to kind of cut, like in an alleyway or something similar, cut in between and then go or something like that. Especially if we coordinate with our villagers.
Quite cool. As for also want to shout out to the raid. We had a raid come in. SOC, thanks. And for those that put out the donation for the pet pal, we'll get to that here in just a moment. I have an idea, so I don't think I forgot because I have not. You're looking at page 146, by the way, for all the stuff on summoning and conjuring spirits.
I found it.
Just letting you know. So, for lack of a better term, because we're going to use Theater of the Mind, I'm not going to roll out a battle map, because that's what I said when we started this game. This is a smaller town. The main street area is where everybody's kind of pushed up to as these guys have been turtling their way through these combats. You basically can pick one of 3 streets to really kind of push into, or have the townspeople push into, and that would probably call out their elite unit, and you guys could choose to attack a different street and then try to circle around them. You could blend in with the locals and just suddenly be a surprise extra beat part of the push, or you could do whatever. My recommendation is probably pick the street closest to the jungle and use that one.
Yeah.
Why do I imagine like this is complete ass hattery kind of like imagination station going on, but what if we take the Jeep and just like crash through the jungle and just like roll into the road?
Yeah.
Like
You could. You could definitely do that. Is that a plan? That is also a plan.
I think that's stupid to do, but that's also where I like to lean towards. So I would totally understand it if
I feel like Prima is very much deferring to the expert on, this side of the
whatever
screen.
Zal
And,
thinks.
Yeah.
I'm
Zal,
not
the
doing that.
experienced
You
rebel
do
fighter.
you. You'll be a distraction.
Yeah, like Prima's
Zal,
just
the experienced
like,
rebel fighter, is the official planner. Check.
Yes,
Damn it.
exactly. Like Prima's just like, okay. I want to empower the one who knows what she's talking about, and also the one with the incredibly powerful arms. Because, that seems like a really great decision on where we should be supporting our allies for success.
Yep. So, Zal and Riddle, what battle plan would you all like to settle on?
I want to summon something. This would be a good distraction, but a stupid idea, and would potentially get them, whomever's in the car, killed.
Correct. And you have a Decker
Oh,
who's
great.
passed out in the front seat.
Right.
Oh.
A great distraction, though.
We could put the Decker in the coffee shop.
We could steal someone else's car. You see, they won't.
It
need
looks
it.
like most of the other locals' cars have already been taken out of commission by the weeks of fighting here. Not a lot of vehicles left on the streets.
Ooh.
I mean, I think sneaking up is the best plan. Like,
Okay.
drawing attention, but, like, some of us hiding so they don't expect.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Are we doing a coordinated strike with the villagers and having them attack one place and you guys attack another, or are you guys forming up with the villagers and staying stealthy amongst them?
Probably stay with the villagers.
I think staying with them would be a great idea.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Go ahead.
Should I summon the spirit ahead of time? I don't know how long I get to keep the spirit for.
So basically,
As long as you can
after
sustain it.
coordinating with the villagers, the village will wait till shortly after nightfall to probably want to do their push. That way they can try to, blend in more and it's not in the middle of the day. They'll let you know when to summon the spirit. That's not a problem. But go ahead and give me the roll to summon. And then everybody give me stealth checks.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I
seriously.
gotta do this again? I gotta fucking
You
do this
gotta do
again?
this again.
Yeah, 3 hits.
Really? Only 2?
God!
Yeah, I'm not the only one! Let's just go for it! Yeah!
No, you got one! I'm spending an edge to reroll.
Reroll one die. Go ahead and reroll that one die.
God. I'm re-rolling
It
one of the
wasn't
ones,
me.
obviously.
You actually cannot reroll one of the ones. It's specific under the
Oh,
edge
really?
rules. So you cannot reroll. Mm-hmm.
Aha!
Does anybody want to buy me some edge? I don't know. Is that a thing that can be done?
They can spend edge for you. Yes, other people can spend edge for you in that moment. Correct.
Let's see. I can... Because
I
I
can
gained
reroll up
one
to
for...
10.
I gained one for using, the first impression.
I mean, you have
Then-
enough.
Why do I have 0 right now? How much do I start with first scene?
You start per game with your edge score.
Oh,
And then you
Okay.
gained one during your first impression if you needed it.
okay. I think I messed up my
gain,
edge score, because
So
it's at
here's the
0,
thing,
and it was
that-
not at 0 originally.
Sure. So here's the thing, Nikki. You've managed to summon the spirit. You only have one. You can only perform one service because you got 2 successes on it, 2 hits. You do
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
fine.
1 to summon it successfully and 1 service. I think the only service you're going to have it do is fight the fire spirit. Correct?
That's fair. Okay.
So you could have people spend edge to reroll something for you, or you could take it as is and be like, "Yep, I got the minimum of what I needed."
Yeah, I just want to be cooler.
That's fair. Understandable. I mean, you do need to roll your drain, though. I have to roll for the
Which-
spirit, don't I? What force did you want that spirit at, by the way? Because you did not clarify that.
Probably 1. I think is that how it
Force
works?
1?
I don't know.
It's 14
well, is it?
or
Let's go with 2.
2? Alright.
Yeah, sure.
So you'll still get it. It'll do its job. And you have to roll to resist drain. You only need 1 success for your drain roll.
Okay. L drain magic. Drain. 2.
You're fine. You're fine for your drain. All right. So the people who are stealthy are stealthy. People who are not as stealthy are not as stealthy. You get into position. You take up your position near the edge of the jungle. And I'm going to go into some quick narration rather than roll a bunch of dice for the first part of the combat. And then we're
That's
going to go
my
into
self-roll.
the second part of the combat once the elite folks show up. The villagers start to push in. You will note, especially Zal and Riddle, who have seen this before, these are professional mercenaries with professional level blockades. Like, they are basically they have dug in armor, they have a heavier machine gun. It is definitely really costly for the villagers to attempt to get in there. If Sonata would like to make some healing shells, she will probably save some villagers' lives. But that is up to her if she would like to use her resources now, because there's possible drain attached to that.
Okay, Sonata's gonna do that.
Mhm.
She sees it happening, and
Mhm.
she sort of looks over to the devil on her shoulder, which is Prima, and then she looks over to the angel on her shoulder, which is Zal, and goes, dang, okay.
Okay.
And
So go ahead and give me.
I will.
I was just gonna
one,
say
or-
I was gonna I was going to narrate and go and have you make me a drain roll over the course of it.
Okay.
We'll say I'm going to make it one drain roll to expedite things. So we're not just rolling all dice because people don't like to watch dice rolls all night.
Okay.
I mean, I love watching dice rolls, but I know the people at Weave love story over dice rolls. It's fine. I appreciate these people, and I think they're awesome.
You're like
so
dice go
one...
brrr.
I do love dice go burr. So give me a drain at 6, so you'll take 4 stun. We're gonna say that was over the course of all of that. And your efforts are clearly saving these people's lives. As the elite unit kind of starts to move around the corner, everyone will hear like a growl, a very guttural growl, and your eyes will be drawn up towards the top of a building where everybody can see a Ripper who is now perched up there. And as that happens, and Sonata like takes a knee from the drain, and one of the guards goes to attack Sonata, the Ripper will leap down and eat the guard.
Holy shit.
Fuck is that?
Yep. Sonata will get a very clear view of something with 4 eyes, 2 on either side. It looks like it might have started out as a panther, but has clearly been genetically modified to other things. You're so close to its mouth that you can see the fact that the teeth in there aren't like cat teeth, they're like spines, and they're kind of dripping with venom as it like starts tearing into this guard.
Like a blender.
Uh-huh.
Pink misted.
But the city locals will basically push into the roadblock, and as the elite unit shows up, you guys will push past the roadblock and engage them. The fire spirit is summoned, is very surprised to see a water spirit, because I hate rolling NPC on NPC combat. Those two will battle it out in their spiritual spiritiness, and you player characters will engage this elite unit of mercenaries. So, we're going to go into initiative now.
Dang. I also wanted to say chat should figure out the name for our new pet.
Yep.
Definitely.
Really?
Initiative. Where is that again? Ah!
Yep.
Oh, right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Are you fucking kidding me? I got a 7, and y'all got 17?
Okay,
they roll
sorry,
a lot more dice than you. Go ahead, what's up?
Really quick question. So I'm reading over the spirit of water, and it's the only one with a weakness, and it's to fire. Which
So
makes
that makes
Should
no
it be a
sense.
different one?
Then you'll summon a wind spirit, it's fine.
Okay. All right,
You will
just
summon an
making
appropriate spirit that you have spiritual knowledge of. I am totally fine making sure you have an appropriate spirit to counteract their spirit. You have
Sorry,
knowledge of
thank
these
you.
things, they are super important.
Initiative.
Alright.
Dang.
And then initiative
Unfortunately-
for
Mhm.
this guy.
The spirits are fine, they're going to battle off to the side. I don't need to roll hot
Okay, we got-
NPC on NPC combat.
We got 17, 17, 8, 7.
Mm-hmm.
My ass is just like a horse. Bottom of the fucking round. It's okay, healers should be at the bottom anyway. For lots of different reasons.
Alrighty. So I have a 15, a 24, and a 13. Or not a 13. Sorry. 18. So I've got 2 to go, and then the players. Then we got some players that'll go, and then. So it is 3 elite guys. They seem to be in better body armor, carrying assault rifles. Or 2 of them carrying assault rifles and big body armor. They seem to be there to protect the mage who is controlling the spirits. for those of you like Riddle who know what they're about to deal with, you're dealing with other people with cybernetic, 2 people with cybernetic enhancements, and then clearly the mage. The 2 folks with one of the 2 folks, arguably both of the 2 folks with cybernetic enhancements, basically hold up and open up fire. They'll start. Who is out in front, if at all? Because I know some people did not reveal themselves because they were being stealthy.
I know that I probably am farther in the back because I probably was trying to heal some of the civilians, and because heal is a touch range, I'm probably in the back with the folks.
Sure. So you're very far
Prima
back.
would probably be trying to cover Sonata, since like she is
So,
no way
in
a melee
between.
fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, so in between. So we have Zal or Riddle up in the front.
Yeah.
Alright.
I will probably
If-
be like semi-stealthed, but the
You do
because
have to be
I
giving
rolled a
commands
3.
to your spirit.
Yeah.
So, is Riddle out in front
Stand.
doing the Riddle tanky job?
Yeah.
Alright.
Team train.
Well, they're
Oh,
gonna
Riddle.
Team train ain't got no brakes.
they're gonna try to take some pot
Beefcake.
shots at Riddle.
The
Oh,
guns
man.
and the guns are loaded.
1, 2,
Oh
3,
my
4.
God.
4 hits. You can choose to sacrifice one of your 5 minor actions to dodge if you so wish, which will let you roll against that,
Yeah,
or you
I'd
could
like to
drop
do that.
prone. Okay.
I'd like to drop prone, actually.
Okay. Yep. So give me that roll for dropping prone.
What do I roll for that again? Oh, wait.
Reflex
hold on.
intuition
I have it
is the counterpoint for that. And you get a +2, you get 2 more dice for that.
Do I have it there? No, I don't. I don't know where it is on my sheet.
You said
just go ahead and
reaction
add
plus
those.
intuition?
Mm-hmm. Just
Oh,
those
that would be
together.
the
I
defense button.
see.
Yeah,
I
the
see.
defense button, and you get. I believe you get to add 2 to it as well, because you're dropping prone and it's machine gun fire or assault rifle fire.
Okay. What?
All right,
I don't know.
that's just intuition. You're looking for the defense button.
Where the fuck?
It's next to personal data under core combat info.
Oh, okay. Sick. There we go.
There it is.
Thank you.
8. So yeah, you're like, da-da-da, and you dive prone using one of your actions to be like, nope, I'm not getting shot by that guy. The other one, seeing the troll, being like, well, this is a problem, will kind of do the same. So they're gonna open up on the troll because the troll's the biggest threat.
You're like, they don't have
Why would it not
trolls?
be?
Oh shit!
Like, they have trolls, WTF. Like,
Wow.
so
Ouch. Oof, my
that is
bones.
3. That is 3 hits. So
My
in this
artificial
case, because you
bones.
cannot use the same action again. Oh wait, no, they lose dice because you're prone. I apologize.
It's okay.
Just knock off the last 2.
I'm just gonna re-roll because it's, you know, completely different setup. So 2
Yeah.
this time. You could spend an ed the counter attack particular situation. You could try to go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You could use edge to use the counter attack situation, which will let you roll like a diving roll. You can proceed to use the look for cover one, because you technically can still do that even if you drop prone, which costs you another one of your
True.
minor actions. The advantage of having 5. So you can play that however you would like.
I'd like to use a minor action to find cover, use a minor
Okay.
action to stand up.
Well, it'll use
And
minor action to find
then-
cover, because that's one you can do to response. And then we'll get into your turn
Okay.
where you can use your other minor actions.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find cover first. I
Yep.
Riddle out of there.
Alright. Because I believe the find cover one allows you to remove 2 successes, if I remember correctly. Let me see if it's important documents and links that I put it in. Combat cheat sheets.
Hello.
There's the minor action sheet, which is the one I need anyway. Sorry about this. First real combat of our game.
Yeah, actually.
Yes.
We almost had one earlier,
Look
but
at
this
us.
is the first time we're
This
getting
is
into
the
the
real one.
nitty gritty.
This is the for real
Yes.
one.
This is the
Look at
first
us.
real one. Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Uh,
Not me.
Not me.
so it will hit for it will looks like it still will hit, but it does reduce. So he gets to roll his damage, which probably won't matter, cause someone's a beast mode. So it'll be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Then you roll your body score, which for you is a lot. So click on the soak body one, and it should have your roll.
Oh, sorry.
13.
Soak damage?
Nope, that's the correct one.
Okay.
Yep. So yes, it hits you for 5, and they bounce off your chest because you rolled 5 hits. Because that's how soap works
I
in this game.
flex my pectoral region.
Mhm. And eats the bullets for breakfast. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Those are my first 2 bad guys' turns. We're on to player characters now at 17. So it's Zal or Riddle, or no, sorry, Prima or Riddle. Who would like to go first?
Probably. Not me, because I don't seem to have
Okay.
arms listed in my sheet.
Okay.
I would like to.
Okay.
How far away are they from where I'm standing? And are they in cover as well?
They are currently not in cover, but your bet is they're probably also going to make counter moves like you just did, given how fast they're moving.
Is the ranger arms a pistol-sized weapon, or how big is that?
That is
'Cause
a
I would
rifle,
like
so
to
you will
do-
get your rifle. That is your rifle bonus, so we'll get your full rifle bonus.
Okay. Because I was gonna say I could quick draw if it's a small-sized weapon.
I assume you guys already drew your weapons because you knew you were having it. You knew you were going to attack people.
Okay, sick. I will
Drags.
ready my weapon, I suppose, as my
right,
major action.
Well, usually you fire as your major,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Okay. I ready it and then I fire it. I was reading the sheet situation.
All good.
So I guess I roll for that now.
mm-hmm. All right. 4 hits. Blocka, 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 blocka. Yeah, he's gonna try to drop prone and not get shot in the face with this rifle. And 2, 3 will not get him there. So you will hit. What is the damage on that?
Oh man. How would I roll damage on my weapon?
It is. You don't roll damage. It should have a damage value.
Oh, I see.
And- Ranger arms DV is 5. So
Okay.
he's got to roll his soak. See if he can soak.
I wrote that down.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Apparently he will soak 2 of it, but it will still collide into his chest, and he does not like being shot as he hits the ground, as he is blasted with your bullets.
Oh! Haha!
Mhm.
Oh, this won't be so bad. Maybe. Perhaps. Am I saying this too
Yeah,
soon?
and I guess this concludes my turn. I like wipe
It
the
does.
gunpowder off my chest at Sonata, just like
All right.
Nice. Nice.
So Jen, you should be able to roll just your firearms plus because it doesn't have your bonus, and then the damage value on it is on page 255.
Okay.
I will add it in there as we go through this here in a moment.
Okay.
The DV is 3. Who are you shooting at is the universal question.
Whoever is closest. Also, man, I like, what is up with my rolling tonight? Where like the higher amount of dice I have, the shittier I roll.
Well, first go ahead and roll that without your spec because it is not a pistol.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's all good.
Hey!
There you go. So
One
your
better.
options are the mage or the two guys that are shooting at Riddle right now.
Probably. Right? We gotta take him out.
The mage was your
yes.
go-to.
Yeah, the mage. First roll of combat wizard dice.
Yep, it's a good first roll.
Okay.
The mage coming under fire is like, whoa, whoa, I do not like this, Sam. I do not like this. And we'll try to duck and cover. He will fail to duck and cover, so it'll hit him for
Yay.
3. And we'll try to soak.
Cool.
good night. Good fucking night.
It will not soak, so they'll
Yay!
and get pumped in the chest with your automatic fire.
Holy
Aha!
It is now the mage's turn. After having gotten shot by
no.
you, is very unhappy, and
Don't like that.
and weaves their hands together in a very symbolic manner, and we'll try to do some. Mana Bolt is indirect. What's the roll on that, by the way? I know that is incredibly important because Sonata picked it up, and I know you know the rules for it off the top of your head, Jesse, and I do not have it written out in front of me. It's just from the
I
list of
have it
spells
written
for this
down.
NPC.
Don't worry, I
You do.
have it.
That's why you're coming to the rescue.
All right,
Or maybe
direct
not.
combat. Mana Bolt is a direct combat spell. It's going to be sorcery plus magic versus willpower plus intelligence. Any net hits equal damage.
Jen, I need you to roll willpower plus intelligence. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're not pushing it yet.
Intelligence. Where's your... Oh, is intelligence a skill?
You
Or is it...
intuition. Sorry, I put
Okay.
Intuition.
Yeah, because I was just like, where is that?
There is a button called Direct Magic Defense on the core combat info that would roll that for you. So basically, Direct Magic
Yep.
Defense is the thing that you need to roll.
Thank you.
3. So you take 1 physical, I believe, from Mana Bolt if it succeeds.
Okay.
As a bolt of magical energy flies off and splats on you. I have my 2 other player characters now.
Oh boy!
It is Zal's turn. I sense
it a-
I sense AoE incoming. I sense some AoE magic. I don't know why.
Is it a it's not an action or for me to control the spirit because it does its own thing, correct?
Correct. In this case, yes.
Cool. And fantastic. Then yes, I am going to cast some magic. I'm going to probably regret this, but because there are a bunch of them, I'm going to cast. Do I want that one? Yeah, sure. I'm gonna cast Ice Storm.
Yep.
Hovered
That'd be
over.
Indirect magic.
Yep. So, Ice Storm. I'm not going to up it at all because I don't
Okay.
trust myself.
That's fair. That's a lot of hits.
Now I gotta roll drain.
Yes.
The first one will only have one hit to dodge, which is the one that's already been shot.
Take 2 stun damage.
Oh, the mage. I rolled the wrong dice, so let me re-roll that real quick.
In the indirect combat, then your enemies are going to do reaction plus will, and the damage is magic by 2 rounded up.
They also get... So they take cold damage, elemental damage from that. Which... Do I have to roll something else, or is that based off my hits?
That is... So you got... I don't believe you roll anything else. It's just an effect that goes on them. It's cold.
Okay.
They just get the cold effect.
They have -4 to initiative and -1 to all dice pools.
Dice pools besides damage resistance, yep. They all will get hit with that.
Net hits.
So the first one will be for 5 rounds, the second one will be for 1 round, and the mage will be for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, because he did not pass any of his checks.
So for a brief moment, I will step out beyond the wall where I was hidden and just look directly at the mage as I start to chant and summon the ice and wind from the clouds and just thrust it over, and clouds begin to form over their heads as sleet just slams down on all of them.
Yep. What's the damage on that? What's your magic divided by?
My magic is 5.
So they all take 3, and net hits don't do anything else on there, correct?
Damage is magic. They have the opportunity to resist the damage that they're receiving. So if they're receiving 5 divided by 2 rounded up, so plus whatever
3
net hits and amp up damage.
And net hits.
They roll.
Okay.
Yeah, they roll body to resist, and then damage left over is the damage that they take.
So
on the
7.
first guy, yeah, well, it's different for each one of them because net hits varied for each one of them. So on the first guy, you have a total of, because it's 3 plus 6 for that one minus 1, so 7, and his soak is 4, and he will take all 7. Having already been shot, he's not looking great. The second guy will only take your 3, and the mage will take 8. So the mage will take 8. After the gunshots and the ice, the mage is looking pretty rough.
I'm going to step back behind the cover.
Yeah, you're gonna step back behind some cover as your minor action. Sounds good. All right. So top of the initiative, still the one guy.
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, you haven't gone yet. Go. I'm very sorry. You've been the
I
hero
haven't
of telling
gone
me all
yet.
the things. I heard your voice. I forgot you had not gone. Go.
It's okay. I'm gonna make it simple. We're gonna go with a mana bolt straight towards the straight towards our mage. We're just gonna try and
Sounds good.
poke holes at them. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll
Magic.
my mana.
Roll your mana bolts. Are you upping it or no?
I mean, it's fine if I pass out, right?
Sure.
I can carry you.
Ooh,
Did we get him?
I really do want to pass out. So let's go with 2. We're gonna amp up by 2.
There we go.
Live dangerously, okay? I forgot I have stun. I have modifiers.
Hits
That's a lot
1.
of
Roll
drain.
that drain.
Oh, that's a lot of shit.
Did you knock yourself out?
Oh yeah, probably. Look, we're learning, right? We're all learning here. Fuck me. All right, so that did no effect. This is why I shouldn't be
Nope.
attacked. So
Would I be able to spend an edge and help Sonata reroll one of those
It would only
if
roll
she
one
wants
dice.
to?
You can only roll one die right now. Nobody has enough edge.
Yeah.
I would
to
only be
more
able
than
to roll
right
one
now.
die, and one die is not going to help me in trying to get off
Yeah.
of 8 drain. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I can give you my 1 edge. That's 2. You just need 1 more to reroll everything.
So if you're doing it that way, you can only pick the 1 feature, and I'm not going to let group pooling to reroll all the dice, but you could get more dice to reroll in that manner, where if you all want to do like one edge, one edge, one edge.
It wouldn't be enough
And
anyway.
Sonata's edge roll 3 dice.
Okay.
Sonata's it probably passing out here, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm probably passing out. So, it failed, net equals stun damage. So, let's see. So, I failed by 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all of my stun tracker is now officially full. It's not overflowed. It's just full.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Not unconscious yet. 1 more and you pass out.
So, I'm just gonna sit tight. I'm good. Thank you. I tried. I tried my best.
Take nap right here.
At least hide behind the wall.
It's because I listened to the angel on my shoulder and I decided to do good.
I'm proud of you.
Alright, so we're at the top of the initiative, so I now have
Now we're-
only 1 guy going. Now I only have 1 guy going on 20. He is the less injured of the 2 other guys. He looks back at his not-so-great-looking mage friend, looks around at who gave them all the pot shots at the all the ice, and takes a shot at our in-cover having a lovely mage friend. And we'll try to take some shots there. 2.
No, you can't see me. What am I rolling against that?
If you would like to respond and like dive for cover or do whatever else you want to do, you can drop prone, and you can roll your defense stat against that, which is in the core setup, which is usually reaction versus intuition. It costs you a minor action.
Most of us have it.
My reaction is not great.
Okay.
All I can think of
Okay.
is you can't
Or you
geek
could take
mage
it-
if they geek themselves.
It's reaction plus intuition.
Correct.
You said?
It should say
Okay.
core. It should say core defense under the buttons under the core setup.
It
Let's see.
core. It says defense, just plain defense.
Yeah, defense under core. Sorry,
It took
defense
me
under
so
core.
long to
There's like
find it.
1. So you'll mitigate 1 hit. He got 2, so he will hit you. So you will take 5 because that's the damage value. And now you roll body to soak it.
I can't soak that many.
I mean, you will soak
You
some
can
of
soak
them,
as much as you can,
or none of them.
which is
So the bullets will riddle into you, and you'll take 5 physical damage. You do not look like you're doing great. You're clearly not down, but it is not fun. Riddle watches as the guy who's in better shape kind of circles around, taking steps end over end, and starts pumping lead into the wall where Zal was. Doesn't look Zal. Does Zal let out a scream, a yell, an ow?
Is that
She lets out a
Forky?
hissing pain.
Zal lets out a hissing pain as the bullets riddle the wall.
Yeah.
It is Riddle's turn.
Zal is too
Oh,
badass for like.
whereas Sonata's here complaining because she has a headache.
Right? Same though.
I have a headache.
It's a really bad
guys.
migraine, though.
It's a cluster. It's right here.
Paradise. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is he near me at all, or can I?
You can take a shot at him, or you could try to move to get on top of him physically if you wanted to. Either one would work at this point in time.
I would like to move towards him, and is he like a big guy? Can I pick him up and just fucking after being really upset seeing Zal get hurt?
You could try to do that. The
Okay.
better thing to do would probably
I'd like to
be
try.
shoot him because it will deal more damage. Nobody on their team is looking great because they all got blasted. Picking him up and throwing him isn't going to deal as much damage as putting bullets into him, unfortunately.
Spray and pray, baby.
Oh, it's okay. I was thinking like spice, you know. Maybe after I shoot him, I can just...
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just shoot him again. Screw this
With
guy.
your rifle.
Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good shooting to him.
When he inevitably drops, use him as a human shield.
You could
Oh,
definitely do
you're
that.
so smart. Your brain is so wrinkly.
He will not dodge all your out of the way of all your shots with his minor action, and will take he'll take seven more physical. He does not look happy about you having shot him, and doesn't seem to know what to do in this particular situation. It is now Donna's turn.
I wish I had
Donna's
shades. I'd be like, deal with it, son.
Looks like they drop down from out of nowhere and dissolve into nothingness.
Yep. Jen, it is you.
Excellent.
You have a mage who's
So-
not looking super hot at all. You have a gentleman in body armor who's trying to back up towards the mage, and one of them that's pushing forward, trying to keep Zal pinned. Riddle just stood up and pumped him full of lead to a degree.
Okay. So does Zal seem like she's in a better place, or like basically, or because that guy's already acted, right? Or will that
Correct.
guy act before Zal can? Okay.
That guy will not act before
then-
Zal acts again. Zal gets to act in
Okay.
between when this person acts
Then
one more time.
I'm gonna murderate, or at least attempt to shoot fill that mage full of lead.
Sure.
Ooh.
The mage will, with what little effort he has left, attempt to stop, drop, and roll, which he will fail at, glitching horribly.
Yes!
So, I'm just going
He
to script
leads
out what
into
happens.
the bullets.
He goes to try to dodge out of the way, and you catch him between the eyes, emptying the contents of his head to the pavement, and he will crumple into a pile.
Get hooked.
Christ.
Yep.
As she pumps the mage full of lead, she blows Sonata a little kiss. Like,
I give them both.
Somehow this is making me feel worse.
It is. Let's see, they're -4. So the one guy that is still up, that is not looking super hot, dives behind takes his full movement and dives behind one of the alleyways in cover of a building, and proceeds to try to want to get the hell out of there rather than stand and fight after watching the mage get blasted, and knowing they have at least one caster on their team. Does anyone you want to do anything in response? He looks like he's going to try to run away.
Could I manable him?
You could if you wanted. You could also try to You could also try to tell your pet to go get him.
Oh yeah,
It's our
I
pet.
forgot about him.
We don't have a name for our pet yet.
Oh my
Chat,
god.
get a name for the pet real fast.
Chat, you're slacking.
Why do I want to name
Cinnamon
it
roll
Ian?
is my suggestion.
What do you want to name it, Jesse?
Oh, cinnamon.
I said Ian.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
It was originally suggested zip, rip, and tip. If we got all three
Oh, that's really good though.
from
Zipper.
Kelly.
Zipper.
So Zipper for the first one?
I like it. Yes.
Okay. It is technically
like
Zal's
it.
turn next, but I was throwing that out there as a suggestion, as he looks like he's trying to get the hell out of here. So what would Zal like to do?
I have a question. I have damage resistance. Would that have helped me at all? With that 5 damage I took earlier?
Damage
'Cause I
is
do
what's
have
in what
some
manner?
armor.
Armor is factored through getting edge. Damage, all that is factored through during the earlier part about who has things to gain edge. The thing I said I would factor before we got into the combats.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
so that doesn't
it doesn't
help
actually.
negate
The only
damage.
thing that soaks damage in this game right now, when you get to the actual soak phase, is body. and base body, and then whatever extra body stuff is. So it's really built around the idea of you want to prevent damage, because if you're rolling soak, you're only rolling your body stat. Armor no longer adds into that. It's really weird.
Okay.
It's also
Yeah,
why Riddle
not a
has a
fan.
13 body.
Yeah. Not a fan, but that's fine. I am hurt. The person who shot at me is not alive or is alive still?
Is alive. They are alive, kind of toward the middle of the street. They're not looking too good after Riddle put some bullets into them after they tried to dodge.
And is the mage
Not
still
gonna-
alive?
The mage is very dead. The mage
Okay,
tried to move out
fantastic.
of the way of Donna's shot, and the just caught him right between the eyes. And
I took care of that one.
yeah, Donna officially has the first kill of the party in the game.
All right. I'm going to. Why not? This looks like fun. I'm going to use controlled actions as a
Okay.
spell, and
Sure.
Master Puppeteer try to take over. And is there anybody who like looks really healthy?
The healthiest guy is the guy that shot you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try to control him.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna roll that real quick, and then they roll a willpower plus logic
Okay.
versus
Not the best
3
for them.
hits.
Mm-hmm.
That hits gives the maximum duration of the spell in minutes that I can control them.
He got 3 hits.
That didn't
Lame.
I did not want to be controlled. Apparently this guy is the best
Lame.
commando in the entire group. He was the
Chad.
most special of the special forces.
Well,
He's
I don't
Chad
take any
Commando.
damage
No, you do
from
not.
my drain.
No, you do not.
Couldn't
That is
be
a
me.
great drain roll.
Not
Okay,
me.
well, that is
Okay.
my major action.
Mhm.
I think I'm just gonna go like walk a little bit backwards, a little bit further away, and like go behind some cover or something.
Mhm.
Maybe
Sounds good.
wait and possibly go prone in the near future if I get shot at again.
Legit. Super legit. Sonata, it's your turn, Jesse.
I guess Sonata will be the one to call it Zipper. Will be the first to name our pet.
Oh.
You! Hey, you! Zippy! Zipper! Zip! Zippity doo dah! You! Sick 'em! Do the thing that you did
Confuse
before
him.
with that guy!
Yeah.
Which
And
one is my
that
name?
Zipper will take around the corner, and you'll hear mauling and awful sounds as Zipper rounds the corner. The same guy went. Same one as the other guy went.
A
The guy
Wilhelm
that tried to run
scream.
away. Probably, yes, you get the Wilhelm scream. That is a yes, thank you. Classic Wilhelm scream. Yep.
And Sonata will
Alright.
lean up against some sort of cover so that way she can
Mhm.
complain about how much she wants some ibuprofen or Excedrin.
Sure. Alrighty.
Because I don't think I can really do anything with this much stun.
I mean, you
magic-wise.
could shoot a gun.
I don't have a gun.
Mhm.
I'm the only
You
one
don't
that
have
didn't take
Nobody.
a gun.
They didn't give you a gun. Fair enough. There's an extra rifle just laying around apparently now. Then. You should probably get that at some point in time. No gun for you.
Suddenly rifle.
Mm-hmm.
She left it in the car.
All right.
Or maybe that's
She
the one
did.
we left
Sort
with
of
the
freaking
Decker.
hard.
That's the one we left with the Decker. So that way she'd be
I mean,
okay.
You have 3
Decker's, like,
machine
cuddling
pistols
up.
and two rifles is what you've got. So it's you just let the Decker with 2 guns just in case, so they didn't have to reload. So our we're at top of the initiative again, and our good friend who's been a pain looks around, looks very unnerved. Will lob a incendiary device in the direction of Prima as she just geeked
Oh, no.
the mage, and then he will spend his turn diving through the window of an adjacent building, trying to get ready to hold out on his own. So,
Dummy.
I want to try to avoid that explosive.
Yeah, that is what dodge will be for here in a few moments. See if he gets anywhere near you with it first. The 3 hits.
2, 3.
And you can choose to dodge using a minor action, which is that defense roll again, but you get to add 2 to it if you use the dodge function.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, it's defense plus 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then do I roll 2 more dice?
Yeah, you can roll 2 more dice.
Hey, 1 more hit.
Yep. So he lobbed, like, it's that moment you see in every movie where he lobs the grenade, it lands at your feet, and you're like, oh, hell no. And you proceed to dive back over, like, the cover, like the mobile cover that was set up for the barricade before it goes off.
No. She definitely kicks it away from her. Just like, ah!
Well, you can't change its trajectory, and you choose to dodge, so
That's
it's
fair.
getting the hell out of there.
Yep.
Like,
Okay.
I don't want to be here when it goes boom.
I think if you kicked it, your whole
That
leg
you don't
would
want me to
explode.
random roll where
That's
a
fair.
grenade you kicks go, do you? I can random roll
You're-
where that grenade
yeah.
goes.
Nope. You're right, Paul. You're right.
That's fair.
Mhm.
The explosion just bounces off a Riddle. That would be hilarious.
No.
Tried to blow me up. No, there's a big
All Might.
boom.
Yeah.
What do
But
you all want to do? Because I will. We are at kind of the point where I will
Try.
completely step into narration, because rolling a bunch more dice to see how you guys want to deal with this dude is up to you. So I'm happy to go into narration so people can tell me how they would, as a group, figure out what you want to do with this guy. He's kind of got that bunkered down, I want to be hard to kill, I'm going to make this a pain, or he's going to try to run away clearly because he's in a building and trying to use it as cover and maneuver around. Clearly not as cowardly as the other person. But do you guys want to hunt him down and kill him, let him go, move on towards the manor, figure out what you want to do?
Leaving him behind is a bad idea.
I would look at the person in charge of like the operations, that we had
The
talked to
villager?
earlier.
Luca? Mhm.
Yeah, Luca. And I'm gonna look at them and be like, should I kill them? Kind of nod, like a.
They'll be like, whatever you want to do. They want to push back and try to circle around behind some of these other barricades and disrupt these mercenaries and take their town back. They're more caught up in that mob mentality of taking their town back than being strategic. So they're leaving the more higher level of strategic thinking to the people who clearly do this, not like rebel leaders that don't have a great grasp on necessarily leaving somebody behind, what that may or may not mean. Zal apparently wants to destroy this person. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Leaving him alive will cause problems. He'll draw more attention.
Legit. All right. So how do you want to do you guys like dispose him inside the building with lots of AoE magic? Does Riddle go in there and go all Terminator? Do you send Prima in there to try to talk him out? What do you do?
I vote Terminator.
I mean, I like the idea of Prima talking him out, just so that way then Riddle can fill him full of lead.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Comes through the door, gets ganked on the side.
Oh yeah. Like literally one of those situations of like, no, we're on your side. We can totally work with you. Again, you don't have to die here. I'm being completely honest. We want to work with you, and blah blah blah. Like, just for Riddle to be like, boom. And Prima to be like, did you have to get him on me?
We'll do that here in a moment. Give me that roll, because it will determine how much he believes you.
Will you let me get my negotiation spec?
What is your negotiation spec?
I don't know. It just says negotiation under influence.
Oh, no, you're not negotiating with him. You're trying to talk him out. It's more of a hostage situation than negotiation.
So
you're making
you
an
want
influence
influence
roll.
or con?
Yeah,
Influence
exactly.
or con?
Con. This is definitely a con.
Okay.
Because influence
Alright.
is when you're being slightly more honest. Con is when you're being...
2.
Sure.
2. One,
Okay.
2, 3.
So you will talk him out. How close are you standing to the door when you talk him out?
She is probably behind some sort of cover. Because she is not
Okay.
stupid.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And does Riddle, like, open up on him right when he comes out the doorway, or is it a situation of you, like, manhandle and wrestle him to the ground, or what are you looking to do?
I'm gonna let him run past me a little bit, and then I'm gonna step on his fucking ankle to just like,
Okay.
and be kind of brutal. And then I'm gonna shoot him in the back of the head, if I may.
Sounds good.
Understood.
Because Riddle is very jacked and juiced up, Riddle will quickly notice the moment you shoot him in the back of the head and his body goes limp that clearly another live grenade falls out from under him because he didn't completely believe that he was going to get out of this alive.
Is that, like, that's the noise that comes out of Riddle. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's canon.
Fucking Minecraft noise. Oh.
So go ahead and give me a soak roll.
5.
Take 1 whole point of physical damage because some of the shrapnel somehow gets around the armor you're wearing because you soaked 5 of the 6 damage, which is disgusting.
Everyone else's point of view watches a fucking grenade explode in front of me, and I'm just like, ugh.
Ugh.
Ow.
I love Riddle so
I love
much.
big women.
I love big.
I love big women.
Ow. All right. So, the villagers go on to basically start cleaning out their town. Do you guys head right for basically Jesus' manor, or do you guys take some time to patch yourselves up, or what are you guys looking to do?
I gotta naturally heal this shit. Like, I'm just gonna walk around with, like, does anybody have shades anywhere? Need something for this migraine.
When the air spirit finishes off the fire spirit, do I have to do anything to, like, banish it?
No, its tasks is done. It's not a free spirit. You didn't summon something with enough force to make it a free spirit. It's one task is done, and it's like, do-do-do.
I say
Alright.
thank you to the spirit.
Excellent.
And give it, make sure it's aware of my things and that it's not without reason, so it doesn't get pissed off at me and spread rumors about me in the spirit world.
Sounds good. So Sonata is looking around for sunglasses, right? All right. Give me a perception check real quick.
Can I even perceive right now? I have -3 to all my rolls.
I know. Let's see what happens.
2.
Yeah, apparently you can. So you find a pair of sunglasses and don't trip over Zipper as you're looking around for the sunglasses as they go to, like, proto-nuzzle your shins. And by your shins, I mean they're nuzzling, like, your thigh because it comes up to your hips.
Oh, baby, thank you so much. I really
Yep. So,
Give
what
me
do you guys
half
want to
that.
do? What do you all want to do now that you have vanquished effectively and you can head on to the manor if you would like?
I'm gonna pick the little shrapnels out of my skin and just, like, flick them as I'm walking towards
I mean,
the manor.
Legitimately, you don't actually notice them with a pain editor on. You're just kind of like, oh.
Oh.
But, like, if you see it, you can pull it out and be like, ow. Because
Yeah,
you
well,
just
I-
don't care
okay.
with a pain editor.
So I just take one and thunk,
Mm-hmm.
walk towards the manor.
You okay there, Riddle?
Oh, what? Yeah. No, I'm good.
They're fine.
Oh.
They're fine.
I have like bullet
So-
holes up my back, and I'm just like, fuck. Ah, this hurts. But
Yeah.
okay.
Both of you are really amazing. Like, wow.
If you look very
Uh,
closely, you can see that she is in pain. She's not like, she doesn't have a pain editor or anything, but she's just not trying to be like super obvious about it.
Yeah, like, man, Riddle, you took a grenade. That was really impressive.
Thank you. I mean, damn. I appreciate it. You were badass as well. Huh.
As a
So
side
are we
note, I
going
feel
to
we need a
go
zipper.
heal?
I feel we need a zipper kill count, by the way, just for our tech person.
Oh,
We need to
yeah.
get that up there. We need
Kill
a zipper
counter?
kill count on the stream.
We're just gonna
But just for
start,
zip-
like,
Meow.
Yep.
I believe it's 2 or 3 so far.
Zipper has 2 kills so far. Zipper has the most kills in the
Ah,
group.
there we go.
it's
Welcome.
okay. I'm okay.
So if you head in, if you head toward his manor, it will basically be it's kind of on the outskirts of town from the direction the mercenaries had come from. It's kind of one of those, like, clearly prefabbed houses, but it's clearly been updated and nice. It's clearly they have nice things here. You all can hear what is probably a helicopter, like, starting up in the back, as you approach.
Looks like he's trying to get away. Also, we could really use that helicopter.
I've definitely seen like enough like films to know that there's definitely a rocket launcher right around here, and then we could shoot it at the helicopter.
There is no rocket launcher right around there.
What is the
I
range
can-
on those rifles?
Oh, those rifles can shoot at the helicopter. That's not a problem. You might want to get a bit closer. Like, you get to his house, it'll be a little bit harder to shoot with the rifle if it takes off.
Oh,
But
could
you
Riddle
get
do
there.
the Chris Evans Captain America thing though?
Yeah. Can I do the Marvel like?
Yeah. especially if it's like with the one gun just purposely like this, like bicep bulging.
Oh yeah, you're getting everything. You're getting a whole
We're
Paul,
getting
we
a
have
show.
a smoke show.
Paul,
Yeah,
we have
we
to
have
do it
to
for the
do that.
sapphics.
We have to.
We must do it
have
for the
to.
sapphics.
Exactly.
The lesbians.
Sure. Sure. So,
Kissing a lot of
the
body and
agreed
strength.
upon action relies on Riddle physically stopping the helicopter from taking off using the Captain America pose. Check.
Can I
So-
help?
Or sapphics.
Yeah, like exactly. Like if
How
I give them
are
a
you helping?
motivational speech.
I want to
No.
try to control the pilot while they're
That
trying to do
helps.
their thing.
That legitimately is a help. Pilot control of the pilot, legitimate help call. That is a separate roll. Go ahead and give me that. So go ahead and give me that strength check from Riddle, and give me the pilot control check from Zal.
3 hits.
And 4 hits on Riddle.
Come on, Riddle.
As a
Come
side,
on.
as a side note, this is most definitely. You can make it a strength plus. What is that? Is athletics in this game? I believe. Let me double check the skills.
There's an athletics roll.
Like, it's athletics,
Oh,
or it can
yeah.
be raw
I can do that.
strength if you don't have athletics, because I will let that fly as well. The control
The
check
same.
works. What are you controlling the pilot to do?
To gently land the plane? Or
The
helicopter?
helicopter? Sure.
But time
Gently
it
allow
where
this
it looks
play to happen.
where it's like, or stop forcing it upward so that Riddle can pull it down.
Sure. Go ahead and keep giving me athletics agility tests, because this is going to be a second. Those athletics checks are important.
Do I just,
I mean,
just
there should
keep
be.
going?
I will let you know when you have enough net hits to ground a helicopter.
If it helps, I will start to lower it. That's what.
Yeah. One more.
Zipper
Alright,
sick
so
him!
Oh god.
who were you pointing at when you say Sikkim, by the way?
The guy, not the pilot, but the passenger, the guy that's trying to escape. What's his name?
Sure,
like
sure.
a
Okay.
boost up with my bulging
So,
shoulder muscles.
the helicopter slowly moves to the ground as it's only as it's only like a foot or so off, and you command Zipper. Zipper runs across the lawn area, leaps off of Riddle's back, and like grabs the dude out the back of the chopper, like you would see an animal, like usually helicopter's open area. So that open back area leaps out. It's like the ridiculous dog scene in the movie where Seal, where he gets eaten by wolves, in the one Andy Samberg film, which name escapes me, and he starts to maul this individual. Keep in mind, you sicked the murderous murder cat onto a thing on a guy who you're trying to get money out of, and it will probably eat him before you can get all his money. So,
Well,
I have a headache. Okay? I'm not thinking straight.
Zipper
not.
heal.
My entire soundtrack is filled.
Yep.
Clearly not thinking.
It's
So-
hard.
He gets ragdolled and dragged into the lower area of the jungle as it starts to get ripped limb from limb.
call.
You now have a helicopter pilot under your control. What would you like to do with them?
We can use this opportunity to fly away, but
We need to get our decker.
yeah, that's
oh shit, we left him in the car.
How long do I have control over him?
About a minute.
Fantastic. So I have control over this guy for 1 minute. I can ask him or release him and ask him to work for us, but I can't force him to work for us for much longer. Or I can have him go get anything off of the guy who just got dragged away by Zipper. Maybe he has something that the hacker or that Lexi can hack into.
Yeah, that's money.
We could ask for the helicopter pilot if we can convince the helicopter pilot to drop us off at the next town. You know? That would jump over, all this, like, car travel. Obviously, we'd have to figure out how to travel from there. But it would allow us to, one, get rid of the car that's definitely going to get tracked in a couple of hours anyway. And then kind of jumpstart us into the next area without having to really struggle too much. And then we just pay him in the funds that we found in the mayor's office, or the mayor's house.
I just have him get out of the helicopter
Cool. He shuts.
for now.
Do you have him turn off the helicopter or just get out
Yes.
of the helicopter?
Turn off the helicopter, give me the keys,
Alright.
and get out of the helicopter.
With my pilot skill, can I figure out how to pilot a helicopter or no?
You can. It is the appropriate skill, but keep in mind if you don't make a good roll, you will crash land a helicopter.
We've already survived one, like,
Won't be the first
aerial
time. Yeah.
crash.
Shit. We could just fly low to just above the tree line. We don't have to go very high.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Super legit, not a problem. But I think, because we want Lexi to be able to do some decory things, this is a good place for us to end this evening. With you guys having acquired a helicopter pilot, a list of loot that we can get, maybe even help the town out a little bit more before you all fly away into the sunrise. The sun was down when all this happened.
Maybe a little
And you'll have
nap.
to figure out how well Zipper flies. That's always a really great idea.
Fucking camera pants back, and
Cars
like
that-
everybody's like, "Zipper, drop it, Zipper." The
Yeah,
camera
you
pans
might want
back.
to spend part of the next episode training the murder dog. Murder cat, the murder animal, the murder thing.
creature.
Yes. They're so cuddly. But yes. At that moment, I've been Paul, and I'll let my cast give a roundabouts about themselves, and then we'll be up out your hair. So, starting with Nikki.
Hi, I'm Nikki, aka Beholder to No One. You can find me on Twitter at Beholder to No One, and at a lot of places, including here. I will be here again on Friday for a different Shadowrun game called Spring of the Fireflies, where I play a very powerful woman too. She's awesome, and she's also decked out. And then tomorrow I will be on Practical Heroes for a DM roundup if you want to check that out at 8 p.m. And this Friday also at 8 p.m. I will be on Potatoes stream, which I do not know the actual name of the stream, so it will be in my I'll be in my Beholder to No One page. And and then I'll be here again next Tuesday. So that is all the things, and you can also find out Awfully Queer Heroes in 2000 Tales. That's everything, I think.
There we go. And then we got
I do too
Jesse.
much.
You do a lot.
Hello, my name is Jesse. On Twitter, I am the Himbo Gamer. I am the moderator for Jacqueline here, so that is who I be, and that's who I do, what I do. You can find me on this this channel, obviously, playing this game, but I am also on Guild of the Phoenix, playing on Sundays, playing BTM and Shadowrun, a different not Shadowrun, Cyberpunk Red, a different Cyberpunk game. I'm also part of a podcast called Response Team Omnicron. I am a guest in that show that's currently on what number episode? Either way, it has a couple of episodes. It's plenty to binge, and the latest episode I'm guesting in, which is super fun. And
so go watch. Go listen to all of them, so then you can hear Jesse.
Yeah, and then you can. But then you can be super excited because the following episode is gonna be definitely a scene where Paul and I get to be going tete-a-tete, and it's super fun. Mm-hmm. That's all I got, honestly.
All right, Jen.
I'm Jen. I go by Savage Bear on the internet. SavageBear.com is my super awesome website for nerdy apparel and accessories. Please check that out. Also, I will be on, apart from here, I will be on our sister channel, Penny for a Tale, on Sunday, playing some sweet Pathfinder. We only have, like, less than 10 episodes left, I think, so, you know, the story is reaching its dramatic conclusion. And then on Monday, I will be on the Rick and Rasp, playing some Star Trek Adventures. It's a really cool game. Lots of really exciting things happening there. And I don't know, I think that's about it. Yeah, this was fun. I had a great time.
And last but not least, Angel.
Hello, I'm Angel. You can find me at Trouble, primarily on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch here weekly. I cosplay a lot, and I talk about LARP and TTRPGs, and draw and all that jazz. So, go find me. I am mostly just on Weave the Tale right now, as far as games go. So, yeah, every Shadowrun Tuesday. Yeah, that's it.
Sounds good. And I've been Paul. You can find me here on Weave the Tale and a handful of other places. Also on Response Team Omnicron, where I play Winston. So you can hear my voice a lot if you really want to go binge that podcast. But this has been great. I'm giving a shout out to my great players and my great tech. Just saying. Yeah, throwing some shade there. It's a good little shady in here. Just so you know. Mm-hmm. You got something, Jesse? Jesse's saying words, but I believe Jesse's muted. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I don't know why, but it seems better this time around.
I know, it was great. But we wish you all a good evening.
That's slow roasted.
We'll see you again next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Bye.
Toot, 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 toot.
Bye.